So does inflation affect real estate? In this video, we're going to talk specifically about what the relationship is between the two. And look, stick around. Not only am I going to show you how to ride the inflation train when it comes to real estate, but really take advantage of trends that you're seeing. You're going to see these conversations on a regular basis and know what they're talking about. But here's the cool thing. Stick around to the very end. I've got some really cool stuff that we're going to hand out. And it's not crystals, although these are pretty cool. I don't know where we got these. But there's some things that will make your money grow like magic crystals, okay? So stick around for that. Does inflation affect real estate? Absolutely, 100%. So how do you ride that train? So let's back up. We got to talk about why. What happens in inflation? Okay, inflation happens when you've got too much money in circulation, okay, chasing too little product out there. It's got to go up. Again, we can have the village conversation. If there's 100 people and every one of those people all of a sudden needs to buy a new door, literally a door for their house, and there's only 20 doors at the Ace Hardware or what have you, they all come down there to get that door, and all of a sudden the guy's looking around going, okay, I've only got enough 20 here, maybe another 20 in inventory back at the warehouse, and that means I need 60 more doors. I'm 30 days out. Now I've got some effect here because these people need these doors. You call the factory, they can't keep it up. And so what has to happen? Those prices have to go up. It's a supply and demand factor on that. Now, here's the great thing about real estate. It is going to affect the price of real estate. A house, a really good example. So I looked this up in 1963, an average home, I think it was in Santa Barbara, the average home. Well, it was in a particular neighborhood. I should point that out. It wasn't Montecito or what have you. But in Santa Barbara, California, was $20,000, 1963, 64, around that price point. Yeah, wish we can get a time machine for that. That same neighborhood that I was looking at, it's about a 4 square mile. Average homes are $1.8 to $2.2 million. Same exact home. Obviously, they got modern appliance, but they don't have $1,800,000 worth of new stuff in there. That's called inflation. You know, you look at this and does inflation affect real estate? Yeah, but it's the hedge against it. So when things start going up, you want to be in real estate so you can ride that train with it. Well, let's do this. Let's get back in that time machine. Right? We go back in time. If I could get you back to right before the market collapsed, real estate was dropping by 20 and 30%. I wish I would have bought 10 pieces of property on the other side of that, because here we are, 12 years later and everything's double that price on it. Now, it's always interesting to see that hindsight, but as soon as that happened, me and my buddies were like, the challenge was cash was tight because everybody was tightening up their belt. So how can we get more cash without pulling it out of our properties that are worth less, okay, right now, to go out there, and the banks weren't lending. There's this vicious cycle on that. We wanted to get as much as we could to ride that train out of that whole event on that. That's how real estate gets affected by inflation. Now, a great way to take advantage of real estate and inflation is with tax liens and tax deeds. So if I wasn't able to go back in time, because my time machine's out of gas, okay, because I got an electric time machine. I don't know. If I can't go back in time and buy that piece of property, how can I still take advantage of that? That's where tax liens and tax deeds come in. Some students of mine were in Houston, Texas yesterday, and there was a $364,000 price, and the property sold for $210,000. If it sold for $210,000, they literally went in a time machine and went back to the price, and that was pre-COVID. This is the reason tax liens and tax deeds work so well. So not only did they get in there and get that piece of property at a discount, but they're now behind the gravy train of inflation, because inflation is what it is. It's going to be there. I mean, we've all heard the stories where a Mustang was $3,500 when they first came out, and now they're $65,000 for a fully loaded. Okay, that's a perfect example of inflation. If you're sitting there saying, okay, I got to get off the stick. I've had some success in my life. I've done some things, but that money over there ain't going to take me to where I want to go over here later on. The quickest and most effective way to do that and to protect yourself is just buy real estate. The best way to buy real estate is through tax liens and tax deeds. Unless you can find a better way, please let me know, and I will stop what I'm doing and I will do that full boat, okay? Because you're able to, watching some of my other videos, is walk you through the process of finding a valuable piece of real estate, paying the back taxes on it, which eliminates all liens and encumbrances. When you get that property, you own it free and clear. A little bit of elbow grease and some paint and some videos on YouTube on how to rehab it. The value instantaneously goes up to the retail or ARV, after rehab value. Now you've got a property that you've got equity in and is bringing you cash flow. Now, one other piece of advice when it comes to inflation. I say this all the time if you've ever been to my classes. I regret every property I have ever sold 5 years later. There's two things I want to do. I want to build wealth, okay, but I also want to make money. Making money is I buy it, I fix it. Like, for example, that tax deed deal. If I was the one that bought that at $210,000, I think it was, I turned around and put some mop and glop in it for 15 grand, made it look good, wholesale it out, maybe at 275. It's a good deal for them. Okay, so I put, I don't know, it depends on how much my rehab cost in there, 150 to 160 in my pocket immediately. Or I buy it for the $200,000, fix up the property, rent it out, and the value of that property continues to go up while somebody's paying the bills for me. So everything's working for itself. If there's another example where you can do that, again, I raise my hand and say, I would love to make it happen. If you have a better and more successful way to acquire the property than tax liens and tax deeds, also, I want to know about that. So does inflation affect real estate? You're darn right it does. You just have to be on the right side of it. Owning real estate is always a good thing. When it becomes a bad deal in the United States, we have much bigger problems than real estate. There would be form of government, anarchy, all of that stuff. One of the most purest things of our financial system in the United States is the right of ownership. The absolute clarity that I bought this property, therefore I own it, okay? And that's what's so powerful about this. And here's the second part of that. Anybody can do this. It doesn't matter about your educational background. You just have to make a decision. This is what I'm going to do, and you go ahead and go do it. So a couple of things. First of all, the best way to get in real estate, in my humble opinion, is buying tax liens and tax deeds. I happen to be an expert on that. I've been doing it for years. That's been very good. The second best way is just get in. Okay, don't wait for the perfect scenario. Did I miss the last gravy train? Is it coming again? There's always room for everybody. Now, if you want to learn more about it, you're in luck. Okay, all you have to do is click on the link down below, and I will give you a free course. It's brand new. We just put it all together on exactly how to take advantage of all these strategies and a lot more. This is Saen Higgins saying good luck. God bless.